I get to travel a lot and speak, but there's nothing quite as fun for me as getting in front of a group of university students. I know we have a lot of people here today from Moscow State, some people from some other universities, but to all of you from Moscow State, thank you very much. I'm going to take the opportunity today to talk a little bit about where we see the future of information technology. The very fact that you're here tells me that you've got a little bit of excitement for software, for technology, for different ways to change the world. And I'm going to try, hopefully, just to give you a few ideas that maybe you'll use to start your own company, drive your own innovation, build your own product, or even come to work at Microsoft and help us to do some of those things. The computer industry is really unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm not a big history of science student, but I think if you look through all of the history of technological development, go back thousands of years, I don't think there's been an industry that's been as good at creativity and innovation for as long as a period of time as the computer industry. For 60 years, since the computer was first invented in the late 40s or early 50s, for 60 years, boom, innovation after innovation after innovation. And yet I can talk to you today as you sit here as students and think about going out into the workforce. And the opportunities for you to innovate are as exciting as they've ever been, ever before. We talk about a thing now in the tech business that we call the cloud. The cloud, the cloud, the cloud, the cloud, the cloud. The truth is, you can ask 5 different people in the technology industry, what is the cloud? You're going to get 5 different answers. If you go ask 5 different people on the streets of Moscow, what is the cloud? Most of them will look to the sky. And so, in a sense, the key isn't, does the consumer understand the cloud? Or even do we all agree on what the cloud is? I'm going to use it as a way to refer to 5 big things that are happening to transform the technology business. I see these things as separate, but all really related. And the cloud really has to do with a whole new model of the ways in which we interact and build information technology products and solutions. It has to do with the way mobile devices, the PC, the TV, the world of the internet, the world of the enterprise and data center computing, how they all kind of come together, and not only do they improve each other, but they generate a lot of new opportunities for innovation. The first thing that I'll stress in both the technology sense and to you individually is the transition to the cloud will create new opportunities. I've been coming to Russia for probably 22 years on business. 22 years ago, I would get asked questions like, hey, Russia's a country full of great software development talent. How do I build my product in Moscow and literally deliver it around the world? And I used to try really hard to answer the question. In the world of the cloud, the opportunity to be a creator and an innovator in any part of the world, and through the cloud, to have your innovative idea reach customers around the world has never been better. The cloud creates new opportunities. The cloud will also, by the way, create a new set of responsibilities. How do we handle privacy and security in the world of the cloud? Those are technological challenges against which we also get to innovate. So number one, the cloud's a source of opportunity. But what is the cloud? And I'm actually going to start way on the right-hand side. The cloud is an opportunity to create a next generation of smart devices. If you think about even the smartphone, or where we'll go with Windows PCs, or what we're going to show you here in a few minutes with the Xbox, the world wants a new generation of smart devices. Devices that are based on principles of natural user interface. Touch me, speak to me, gesture to me, understand me, and learn about me. Phones, we want TVs, we want PCs, we want all kinds of smart technologies that behave much more naturally. We need to redesign our devices for that world. We need to enable new user interface. We need to use the fact that the cloud is always back there to understand user behavior and user patterns and remember important things that let us do a better job of being more natural in the way we interact with the user. So the cloud is as much as anything about a next generation of smart devices with much more natural user interface. The cloud is about re-engineering the basic infrastructure that we use to write programs. Even if you're an internet developer today and you use a hoster, you build an application, and in the way you build an application, you think a lot about how many servers am I going to run on, how are they configured, how does the network have to be configured, etc., etc. What we're trying to do and what we have learned in the world of the internet that is so important is how do we redo the whole development infrastructure on the back end, in the data center, on the internet, in the cloud, in the server. So that instead of thinking about machines and their configuration, a developer really writes a piece of software. And as soon as it's written, it can be deployed anywhere in the world. It can be updated. The developer doesn't have to know about how many machines it's running on. It can provision additional capacity. It can fail over. It can be redundant. We need to improve the agility of software developers to be creative and innovative by separating the IT work that goes on in the data center from the work that goes on in the development community. We learned this, frankly, the hard way as we built our Bing search service. Bing is literally hundreds